So, Tim, this is a great vegetarian meal if you need a vegetarian meal, but you know, even those of us omnivores, it's good to get more plant food into your week. And this is so easy because almost everything I'm using is pretty much a pantry staple. So I've got some extra virgin olive oil in there. I'm going to get my onion cooking. This is a recipe that also uses, you know, those veggies that have got a bit of a longer shelf life, using some sweet potatoes, some carrot, we've got some capsicum and zucchini, but honestly, you can throw whatever veggies are left in the bottom of the fridge. I'm going to use the chickpeas as my plant protein. And, you know, canned legumes are, I'm often asked about, is it okay to use canned food?
Oh, yeah. I'm
and
interested.
the answer is, yeah, absolutely. Canned legumes are probably something I use 3 times a week, at least. Just rinse them under the tap and then it's fantastic. They're really, really easy.
That's
So
great.
for our emergency meal, they're perfect. I'm throwing in there a bit of garlic. Just stir fry that for a few seconds, just till you start to really smell that gorgeous garlicky onion flavour. We're just softening, I don't want to burn them. One of these kind of cast iron style pots is perfect for doing this kind of a meal, really retains the heat nicely. So we don't burn our veggies, you're just nicely softening them. And then into the pan, I've got my spices here. I'm a big fan of using herbs and spices.
Oh,
I know you are too, Tim.
Yeah.
We've got some turmeric, is that really bright orange one, or bright yellow. We've got some paprika, cumin, coriander, and then just a smaller amount, a touch of cinnamon. And one thing I'll say about your spices are use them often. You know, how long do those spices sit in your shelf?
When it says used by 2003, maybe...
You're in trouble.
Yeah.
I've found worse than that, honestly. Okay, and just until you start getting that aroma coming, that's when we want to start getting our veggies into the pan. So I'm going to add in my sweet potato, and you'll see the colours I've got in my veggies here. The colour is coming from the antioxidants in the veggies, so it's a great idea to have as many different colours. It not only makes the dish look nice, but it improves your nutrition.
I love sweet potato. I mean, you could use normal potato, but obviously sweet potato's got more health benefits to it.
Potatoes are great too. I mean, I just always think we can pick out particular vegetables as, you know, having standout levels or a particular nutrient or antioxidant. But you know what? All plant foods, when they're eaten in their whole form like this, have some sort of a benefit. And the truth is, the more different ones you eat, the better.
I love food like this. Just so many spices. You just know it's going to taste amazing.
And one of the good things is, you know, cook extra, because this is a meal that just gets better over the next few days. So I'm just coating the veggies with the spice mix, and we're ready to go in with our liquid. So again, canned tomatoes.
Yeah.
Something we've usually always got. I'm using some ready-made stock. So there's about 2 cups of stock. Basically, you want to cover your veggies with your stock. Quite a lot of fluid will come out of the vegetables, so I don't need to fill the whole pot. But that's about 2 cups gone in there.
And the stock's great because it's packed full of veggies and great flavour as well, which will impart on our dish.
Just giving you that extra little dose of flavour.
Yeah. What are we doing with this guy?
And I do want him, please. Thank you. We nearly forgot about the green.
Oh, the poor zucchini.
Yeah. And I'm just seasoning up with some salt and pepper, just because, you know, I feel like the salt's a bit lonely without pepper. And then in go our canned chickpeas. Now, you know, you can use it's called aquafaba, the liquid that the chickpeas come in. And sometimes I pour a little of the liquid into this.
You can make a meringue out of it, can't you?
You can. It can be used as an egg substitute if you're doing a vegan dish. So in goes our green. Now we've got that gorgeous, proper mix of different colours now. I knew there was something missing.
Yeah, that looks great.
And then the last part is just for some sweetness, and I love this about sort of very Moroccan-style cuisine. They put in some dried fruit, so I'm just using some raisins, and I've diced up some dried apricots.
I love using dried fruits in my savoury cooking as well, just to bring out that sweetness.
Yeah.
I remember as a kid when I had a curry pie and it had sultanas in it, and I'm like, what is this? But then I really grew to love dried fruits in savoury cooking as well.
Yeah, it really works. This is not only a great meal if you've got vegetarians in the household, it's also gluten-free, it's dairy-free, and I've even used a gluten-free stock. That's very important. If you're cooking gluten-free, you've got to watch the sauces, the condiments, the stocks and things that you're using.
Beautiful.
Now, the lid's going to go on. We're going to simmer this for about 20 minutes or so. Just check it and give it a stir every now and again, and then we can come back and finish the dish.
smells so good.
It does smell good. That's just all the spices. Look at that. Now I
Look
can
at
turn that heat off. Just let it cool down a touch. And it is as easy as that. Beautiful tagine. You can smell the aromatics. All I'm going to do now is just a little fresh lemon, and then we're ready to serve it.
It's amazing what a hit of fresh citrus at the end can do just to lift everything up.
Yeah, just gorgeous. And then I'm going to serve this with one of these ready, because it's our emergency meal, I'm even going to use the microwavable ready-to-go brown rice. This is just brown basmati.
These are great. Like in a pinch, they're just so convenient. I use them all the time at home.
Yeah, me too. Great for doing, you know, your quick, easy kind of bootables and salads, and you can use it hot, cold, and just as nutritious as cooking it from fresh. A few little sweet raisins and dried apricots in there that I can see.
Got to get some of those in there.
And then all I'm going to put on the top here, Tim, is just some fresh coriander.
Lovely.
Because you know what? If you're one of those people who hates coriander, it tastes like soap to you, that's fine. Leave it off. Maybe just use some parsley instead. And then I've got some toasted almonds. Sometimes I do some toasted pumpkin seeds or sunflower seeds, just for some lovely crunch.
It's a great idea.
But I love the flavour of almond on the top. That is it.
Look at that.
How's that for an emergency dinner?
If that's an emergency dinner, I mean, that's pretty impressive.
Let's
That's
have
great.
a taste.
Oh, yeah.
And look how much is left. I mean, this is going to feed the family and your leftovers for the next day.
All right, I'm going
Go
in.
for it, Timbo.
Yum. All right.
You know, I was just having a quick mental count in my head there. I often say to people, you know, there's this advice of having at least 30 different plant foods a week. I was trying to do a quick of a mental check, and I got to at least 14
I know.
in this one dish.
The flavour on that
Yum.
is amazing. Those spices, an explosion in my mouth. And I got some of that dried fruit and that sweetness that you get really just helps to top everything off. But those almonds are great. That's just a big, warm hug of a dish.
I like that.
But you've made it in no time at all. It's like it's been simmering for hours.
Yeah, that's what's so good about this. I mean, honestly, it's just to throw it all in the pot. And you're right, that combination of the spices with the dried fruit is really what, you know, just makes it yum.
I love my meat, but I am not even missing any meat in that at all. Like, I'm happy with the veggies and that. That is absolutely beautiful.
Oh, nice. Enjoy this one.